the dollar naira argument when it comes to what denomination the asset should be in. We know the naira has been stable for quite a while now, even though there's a little bit of a dance going on because of larger geopolitics. So what's your investment, advice around? Okay, let me not say advice, but where do you see, things going with naira-denominated assets? We know CBN seems to be doing well when it comes to interventions, and reserves are growing. So they have the instrument to do that. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on naira-denominated assets?
But the first question will be, why did Nigerians move to dollar investment in the first place? Yes, there's a reason why. So Nigerians moved to dollar investment in the first place to hedge against naira depreciation. And you would agree with me that in the course of time, that has sort of played out in some way. Historically, you would also notice that we have had repeated cycles of devaluation, high inflation, and even FX scarcity. We experienced that a few years back. Having said that, because of this reason, it then becomes important to hold dollars, because it now becomes, it's no longer a question of speculation, but about how you're able to protect your purchasing power. But you notice that we now live in a slightly different environment. What I mean by that is, you made mention of the FX, foreign reserves. Foreign reserves has hit over $50 billion. Exchange rate has stabilized, of course, compared to the high volatilities that we experienced the previous year. And then even local interests have also sort of elevated a little bit. In my view, I think that it shouldn't be a war between FX and Naira. It should be how much of each makes sense in a portfolio, because it's important that you have both of them. Then again, if our client my advice would be, if you make expenses in dollars, hold dollars. If you have obligations in dollars, hold dollars, because it makes common sense for you to do that. Another thing that dollar does for you, like I mentioned earlier, is to help you hedge against depreciation. Again, it also helps provide some form of buffer and caution when the currency shocks happen. But on the other hand, and very importantly, it's also good that you make naira investment. You would agree with me that some of the financial experts here would agree with me that there hasn't been a better time for you to invest in the naira. Yes, yields are rates are double digits above inflation figures, so it won't be bad for you to still play in that space. But all in all, I think that it's also important that we understand the pace of holding currency that would help us navigate around currency stability and currency volatility.
So it's again all about a balance